wa Kenya huwa nawaambia time ya summer kunakuwa na events mingi hapa Marekani. Sasa leo kulikuwa na event hapa kwa mtaa ama tunaita village ama neighborhood. Kulikuwa na event ya kuonyesha magari. So nimepitia event nyingine ya kufanya kazi nyingine ya kuuza vitu. So leo nitawapeleka kwa event ya tunakuja kulipa $20 ndio uonyeshe gari yako kama uko na vintage, uko na gari ya mwaka gani. Sasa leo nitakuja kuwaonyesha. Utapata gari kama hii ni ya mwaka hata 1950. Hii naona hii ni gari ya 1950. Na nilikuwa nawaambia vehicle identification number ukoona hivyo. Wow, look at that. Hii interior imedesigniwa vizuri na utapata jamaa kama huyu haizi uza hii gari hata ufanye nini. 1950. Wow. I wish ningepata mtu mwenye ako na hii gari akuja tuambie history ya hii gari. Hii ni gari ya 1963. Tukipata independence. Bwana. Wow, hata vitu ziko vienyeji. I think aliweka vitu mingi, ametoa steering wheel. Hii ni gari ya 1963, 1950. Iko kubwa, hizi magari ziko na miaka hata kushinda za Kenya, serikali ya Kenya. Hii ni mwaka gani? Wow, hii ni Porsche. Wow. Hajaeka mwaka. 1955 hii mwaka hii Porsche. Ona engine. Oh my god, 5.0. 1986. Ini ya kurace. Na watu wanajua sijui wanamejua kumaintain aje gari. 1986 Ford. Probably Ford Mustang. Alright. Alafu unasema Probox ya 2003. Unanunua saizi ni mkepe. Ha? Porsche ingine. 2005 Carrera Porsche 205. The owner amenunua hiyo gari 205 na ajaye usiku. Hapa tuko na gari ingine. Hii ni Porsche ingine. Hii ni mwaka gani? Wow. 2004 model of 2014. This is another Porsche by Robert. Kama hujaiona gari V12 ndio hii sasa. Cylinders ziko 12. Nakuja unahesabu hapa 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Na nyinyi wa Kenya hapo mnasemanga gari ya MP, gari ya president V8. So nilikuwa naambia before that V12 V8 lazima atikikwe gari kubwa. So you can imagine hii ni V12 hata inashinda hizo Prado, iko na nguvu sana kushinda hizo magari zingine. Tell us about your car.
It's a 1996 Mercedes-Benz SL600. It's got the V12. In 96 it had a bunch of extra features to it. So it had in-dash phone. It had a phone in the middle console.
Oh, you used to have a phone?
Yeah. So
that one.
So that phone there, and on the dash up in front, that is also a phone in the middle there.
Oh, that's a phone?
That's a phone.
1960 had a phone.
Yeah. It had a Bose powered subwoofer behind the back seat.
That came with the car?
Came with the car. So all the SLs in that time frame, 90 to 2000, had a Bose sound system in it, powered subwoofer, 6-disc changer in the trunk of the car, cassette player in the front. So it had all the bells and whistles that you could want.
With that horsepower, V12, right? Does it have a lot of power, torque?
So in 1996, it had 389 horsepower. And everybody's like, 389, that doesn't sound like a whole lot.
No, for 389, that's a lot.
But in 96, Mustangs only had about 185. Camaros had around 250.
Yes.
Firebirds had between 260 and 275. The closest one to this was a Corvette ZR1 that had 415 horsepower.
That is so much power. So what does it consume a lot of gas?
A bit, yeah.
So this is your baby. How long so you are the first owner?
No. In 1996, this would have cost $122,000 to $125,000.
I'm gonna ask him another question that I don't know. Can you sell this?
No.
I knew, of course.
Because my son, who is parked right here, has the 1996 SL 500, which is the V8 version of this. Same color, same interior color. They look like twins, other than the engines.
If someone asks you, can you sell the car? How much you gonna sell it for?
If I were to sell this,
Mm-hmm.
it would be way more than what they would say market value would be.
What's the market value right now?
Market value right now for these is about 15,000, 15 to 16,000. I would because of how
You've maintained.
And I know the previous owner who was the second owner of it.
So you're the third owner?
I'm the third owner. But he had records about this thick of
for the service maintenance?
Everything that he did, because he was a mechanic and he did all the maintenance himself.
Okay.
So he had a big thick stack of everything that he did to the car.
Wow.
I still have that. I still have a lot of, I still have the window sticker that came on the car when he bought it. And
is the phone still working?
no.
Of course.
No. You can buy a kit to make it work, but
Yeah.
you'd have to put a bunch of work into it.
And how often do you drive?
How often do I drive this?
Yes.
I go to every summer that I've owned it. I've gone to at least 5 or 6 car shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then I live about 25 miles away from here and I work in Madison, and I'll drive it 10 to 12 times into work during the summer. So I drive it quite
So
a
you
bit.
only drive during summer?
Yeah, only during the summer.
Wow. You don't want salt on it? Winter salt?
I don't want salt. It's also a V12 rear-wheel drive.
Oh, rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, rear-wheel drive, so I would be all over the road.
I was surprised to see a small car like this as a V12.
Well, my son has the V8 version, and it is not quite as packed in, but it's packed in.
Yeah, it is. There's not even space for this massive engine.
No, so I mean, to get by a couple things, they put the air filters on the sides.
Ah, they had to do on the sides because they didn't have space.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Winning number.
Let's move to the next car. There's another Honda here.
Again, 063.
The owner is a 2019. It's a beautiful Honda, and there's nothing much to say about this, but you can see it yourself because it's still a new car. But the difference is that it's a manual car. Manual means you have to shift gears, and it's not automatic transmission. Because in the year 2024, very few cars are still manual driven or manually has a manual transmission. But we have here an old Cadillac, Oldsmobile. Wow, look at that.
590 063.
This is going to be another second and most beautiful car that I've ever seen today.
Winner.
These are the kind of cars that you used to see on the movies, Eminem kind of movies, the 8 Mile movie, and they used to have a long chassis with a long hood, and you know, from the probably those most of them are rear driven. They're not like front wheel tire driven.
Okay, next.
It goes for a lot of money, if you can see. And I grew up, my father used to have a Peugeot 404 and used to have the exact same spring latch, the hood manually. Look at the latch. You know, it just has a fair engine, kind of rusted a little bit. Let's check the year. It's 1974. 1974 Oldsmobile. I've never seen that before. Let's check that. This is a Chevy. And these guys, they know how to maintain their hood. Look how clean and magnificent over here. Look at that. Wow, look how shiny it is. So clean. Yes. The 1967 Chevy Chevelle. You know, remember all these antique side mirrors, the most beautiful side mirrors that I know of. What is interesting about these American cars, by 1974, they had automatic transmission. You can imagine. Look at that. Look at you for yourself. Automatic transmission by the year 1974. Look at the steering wheel, how big it was, because you know they didn't have the hydraulic transmission, hydraulic steering wheel, so it has to be manual. That's the reason why they had this bigger circumference. And look at the speedometer. This is ridiculous.
063.
But this is this was called a super sport by that time. I don't know why it has this amplifier and everything. Look at the speaker and amplifier. 1974, there's a automatic transmission with all these built. But the one ridiculous thing that I just saw over there, you guys saw the speedometer. Shelby, another Chevy Shelby, probably V8 or V12. This is 2017 Shelby GT 350, manual transmission.
Next raffle prize is for the beef butter barbecue certificate.
Probably this is for a youngster.
Winning number
Has a lot of horsepower. Let's see how much, how big the engine is. Look at air filter, how big it is. It's so massive. Oh, this is a V8.
063
V8. I told you guys, you don't have to have a big car to have a V8, but this is so more.
249.
Yeah, the most beautiful thing about this car is the rims. Look at those rims.
Winner of a show gift card.
Wow. So you guys seen the 2017 Chevy Shelby. That is the one. 1971 Plymouth Barracuda, something like that. Look how long the hood is. Tell us a little bit about your car. Love it. Beautiful. What year is this?
It's a 55 Porsche Spider.
Everybody else is, you know.
How long have you had it?
Long time. I don't even know how many
We like
years.
that show, but it goes so
Probably
18 plus years? Second, third owner?
second owner, yeah. But it's a replica what James Dean was killed in.
Okay. Oh, look at the dashboard. Did it come original with those everything in the dashboard?
Yep. Except for these. We put those in.
Look at that.
Yep.
How often do you drive this?
Not much.
Just for summer?
Summer. 5-6 times.
Wow. Look how beautiful this. Here's the straps over here for the hood. What's the power here?
It's in back. It's about 175 horse, 2100 cc.
It's a V?
Straight, flat
Straight
4.
4, okay. Inline 4.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you for your time. I believe those are the original rims.
Yep. Original style rims. Yep.
Look at that. Super so clean. Thank you. I appreciate your time. 1955 Porsche.
It's a 1963 Ford Thunderbird, but in body alone. It's got a custom-made Art Morrison chassis with coilover suspension under it, a 408 Windsor motor that's set back about a foot in the car, so it's a real balanced handling. It drives like a go-kart. It's very yeah, oh yeah, it's lowered.
How long have you had this car?
3 years.
3 years? Are you proud of it? I see you
it's
taking
fun.
care of this.
Oh yeah, but it's very fun. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't build it, but it's been a really fun car to drive.
If you understand, what's the price tag?
I got it insured for $45,000.
That's how much you can sell?
That's what it would take anyway, yeah.
So this guy is as old as my country.
That's the same age I am too.
Yeah. Oh, you're 60?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was born in '63, yeah.
63. So you are celebrating your birthday in your car.
We enjoy it, yeah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate for your time.
Nice talking to you. Have a good day.
You too. This is very beautiful event, and actually, you know, they have to pay $20 to come and showcase their car. You can imagine. But for us, we just come and enjoy for free. So let's see other cars over here as we move. If you see that thing, thing over there, it says it has been owned since 1951 by the same driver. Never sold, bought as a new car since 1951. Look how beautiful it is. The leather seats, manual transmission. I think this is the oldest car that I've ever seen, because there's a 1951, there's a 1957, 1963. So far, the oldest, and it's the most beautiful one. Like I told you guys, my dad used to have a picture 404 and had the exact same lights like this, round light. About 130 horsepower for a very small car like that. Look at that. And we have a Ford Thunderbird. Ford Thunderbird convertible for 1958. Same owner again, and look at these cars. They were very customized for those years. Can you imagine? By 1958, they had automatic transmission. This is old year 2014. Something new. This is Cadillac. Very powerful horsepower, very clean, still new. Beautiful rims. Plymouth 1971 model.
71 CUDA, set up Pro Touring. Started as a 440 and now it's 520 cubic inches. Multiple carburetors, so it's got the 6-barrel in it.
That was the original one.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
We dynoed it 550 horse, 640 torque at the crank. So I never put on a chassis dyno, just the engine dyno.
How long you've had it?
15 years.
How much for the offer?
To buy it? Never. How much you got?
Will you sell though?
I would. If you had the right amount of money, it's for sale.
No, but it's beautiful. I wouldn't
is.
sell it.
I'd have a hard time selling it, but if you had enough money showing me, there's other cars.
It still
that I
has
could
the
get
coil.
to.
Do you guys, how do you guys still get a parts like coil? That's an old coil.
It's a coil, yeah.
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 Do they still sell this kind of coil?
Yeah, sure.
How often do you drive?
I do about 1,000 miles a year.
Summertime, I guess.
Summertime, that's it. Just going to car shows mostly.
Thank you. A $6,000 bike. That's your bike?
Yeah,
Tell us about your bike. It's a $6,000 bike?
it's like 1,600.
Oh, it's the same as yours.
Yeah, 25, 28 miles an hour.
Wow, love it.
Yeah,
Where do you guys get it from?
I bought it from Rad Bikes, right from the company or whatever, and then I put it together. Took maybe a half an hour to put it together.
And when you charge, how long the battery lasts?
About 50 to 60 miles. And that's no pedaling, just straight giving her the gusto.
That's almost like a motorized.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And then this one here's got like 20.
Are you allowed to go to the trail because it's motorized?
You can go through the trail. I've never had any problems with it, so
All right.
yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No, thank you. I appreciate
You
it. You have a good day.
You too. One last one before we leave, and this is a Volkswagen. What year is this, sir? What's the year?
60.
60. Tell us about your car. It's a beautiful one.
60 Volkswagen, single cab pickup truck,
How powerful is it? I know Volkswagen didn't have a lot of power by then.
20-something horsepower.
What's the highest speed here?
Probably like 60, 62 maybe.
How long you've had it?
This one I've only had a couple of years.
Couple of years.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate
You
it.
betcha.
For sure. And this is a manual transmission?
Yeah, they all are.
How do you shift gears? Can you? Wow, look at inside. Thank you. Yours too?
Yeah.
What year is this?
This is a 73.
What?
1973.
Look at that.
Bedliner.
I know. 73 and still working. How many miles do you put a year?
Not many. I mean, I drive them when I can, but sometimes it's hard. I drive a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Let me look inside. This is a manual transmission again.
Yep.
4-speed.
yep.
Nothing much. Same as it came. 1966. This is what I was talking about, the bedroom.
$66. Yeah.
Manual transmission again. Let me show you guys how inside looks like. Those are pedals for gas, brake, and clutch. Look how it is. Same everything that came with this car in the same year. Look at distribution. For those people that doesn't know that this is the original distributor for this engine, this kind of engine, because they were manual, so it kept rotating. It didn't have any hydraulic or electrical system that what do we call it? I forgot the exact name, but this is a distributor, if you guys remember. Can you imagine how beautiful that you can still see a car with a carburetor, with a distributor in the year 2024? I didn't know that we're still going to have this kind of car. Look at the engine, and you remember the engine was previously mounted at the back of this Volkswagen pedal. It was never efficient, consumed a lot of gas, and it worked during its time. I remember I had a neighbor that had a Volkswagen Beetle, and it used to be so loud. I don't know why it was so loud. Why was Volkswagen so loud?
I don't think they're very loud. Just depends what exhaust you put on.
I guess because the exhaust was just next to the
It's
engine.
right there. And if they took
Yeah.
the mufflers off, then they would definitely.
Oh.
It's, it's cheaper to not put a muffler back on. That's
Okay.
why they were loud.
And look how low it was. It's just leaving about a clearance of about 4 inches from the ground. Look at that clearance. That's the clearance. The reason why I'm saying it was so low. This is another Volkswagen, 1959. Was it a manual transmission? Yes, a 4-speed again. For those years, 4-speed was still very strong for manual transmission until the year even 19 early 2000 and late 90s, that we had more than 4-speed transmission. After that we had about up to 6, and it came hydraulic and came everything that is supporting the suspension with the car, hydraulically, electrically, even electric steering, because we never had electric or hydraulic steering wheel until, I don't know, probably 1980s when Toyota came in. This is so huge. 175 miles an hour, very powerful. It has 475 power of torque at 2.1 seconds to 115 miles per hour. Powerful.
Where did you put that envelope?
This is a Dodge Challenger.
It's a 2019 Challenger Scat Pack wide body. It's F8 green. It's got a 6-speed manual transmission, 485 horsepower.
485 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower for a small car like this. That's like a horsepower like a whole tractor semi.
Yeah, it gets up and
goes.
Is
it all-wheel drive?
No, rear-wheel drive.
Oh, rear wheel. That's what I was about to say. Like, it must be a rear-wheel drive because that's so. How big is your tire rim?
305.
Is it about 17 inch?
No, those are 20s.
20 inch.
Yeah.
Wow.
35, 20.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, we are done with the show, and that was I just came for the last 30 minutes of the event, and I appreciate that everybody gave me time to showcase their car. Make sure that I got a video of that, even though I was late, so most of the people had left by the time I got here. But I appreciate that, and make sure you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share the word out there. That's a new channel here that is trying to do a lot of events for summer, and make sure you tell your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your family member, your spouse, partner, that they have to go and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Have a good one. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.